Okay, just gonna make sure we're recording here. Yep. Today we're looking at loops. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my hair here, but you didn't come to see that. So we're looking at nested loops today. Nested loops are essentially loops within loops. And the purpose of this video is to help you understand the way that the computer is reading it and the order of things. So I've set up some code here. Let me just run it through you with it here. I use thread.sleep. You might remember that from the graphics packages that we used in class. All it's doing is going to pause so that you'll see things step by step rather than just sort of everything being spit out all at once. You can see we've set up a for loop here. It's going to run 4 times total. Okay, I use I because that's what I've asked you to use. That's what all programmers kind of use for loops. I print out this so that you know that it's the beginning of this loop, and I print out the value of I. And then I'll sleep. Okay, 2 seconds. Then I've got another for loop here. You'll notice I use J instead. The reason I use J is because I is already alive. So I still exist because this for loop here, you can see it's not dead until here. So I is still alive, which means you can't create 2 variables called the same thing. How would your computer know, what exactly it is which one it's trying to change? So you have to use a different one, because if I tried to use I here, you'll see it underlined in red. It says duplicate local variable. Okay. So you've got J, and typically, like if you were to do another loop inside this, you could do K as well, because you can have as many loops within loops as you want. Typically, you won't see more than 2 or 3 though. Now, this is going to go from 0 to 4, because when it's 5, it won't be true anymore. It's increasing by 1 each time. For J, inside this for loop, the nested for loop, you're looking at, I'm just saying while I is equal to, so that you can see what I is equal to each time. And then it's going to print out the value of J. And then we're going to sleep each time. Okay, so I'm going to run this code and we can look at it and kind of, hopefully 2 seconds is enough that you'll be able to follow through, and I can try to help explain here. So, oops, I didn't mean to click that. I wanted to do this. Hopefully it still comes up here for me. There we go. So our loop starts, I is equal to 0. Then it hits this, and J is equal to 0. And then J, this inside loop, has to complete before I can be increased. So you can see the increase happens there because J had done a complete, all the iterations, right? It completed all the iterations and it exited that loop, and then I is increased. You'll see that again happening here. So now J went through all the iterations again. Now it's increased to 2. So for each I, like each time through I, so each iteration of I, J will complete its iterations. And remember, the word iteration means like once through a loop. Okay. It should end, I believe, after this, right? Because I is equal to 3. So once it becomes 4, it's no longer valid. And then it boots you out of this loop and right here, but we don't have any code there. I hope this is helpful just in terms of tracing kind of the order that the computer is going in. I can show you something a little different. Let's say, what if I wanted to decrease it? Okay, so let's say I started I at 10, and I want I to go until it's greater than 5, let's say. Okay. Actually, let's even do 4. Okay. What if I made J equal to 3 and it's less than 6? Okay. Actually, I need to change this because it's going down. Otherwise, it'd be an infinite loop. So let's see what happens here. So I'm starting, I is at 10 because I initialized it to that value. Then J will complete its 3 iterations in this loop here. And then I will decrease. Now it's equal to 9. It'll complete those 3, then decrease it to 8, complete those 3 J's and then go down to 7. And it'll do this and continue until I is the last time through will be 5. And then once it's 4, it will no longer be true. So then it'll stop there. So I is currently equal to 6. It's got its 3 J iterations. And now it's equal to 5. 3 J iterations. And now it's complete. So this is how nested loops work. I know that they can be a little intimidating when you're just looking at a PowerPoint, but they're not anything to be afraid of. You just need to practice with them and it'll help. So that's what the worksheet is intended to do, to test and make sure you understand how to kind of manipulate the different loops and values in order to get the desired output. Let me know if you have any questions. This Tuesday also, I'm going to be doing stuff for like allowing locker clean out. So I won't be on Google Meets then. So it'll have to be Thursday. All right, let me know. You can always email me if you have questions as well. So, all right, have a good one, guys and girls.